gross.
All right, we're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. We're here. We're pounding. We're peeping. Everybody's here. Ron's here. How can we not talk about Dave Grohl, boys? I mean, look, me and let me just actually start by saying welcome to GDP Live. I appreciate everybody hanging out here in the chat, whether it be on Facebook Live or Instagram Live. Gross Domesticated podcast page on Facebook if you'd like to join in on Facebook, or Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. You can ask to join. Your audio will be featured on the video, of course, but I do not save the video at the end. And I will make sure to save the video. It will be posted on YouTube as well. So if you want to join in, talk along, you can just think of it like calling into a radio show. Same idea. You can call in anytime. Also, if you like what you see here, make sure you hit like. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other shows on the channel. We got Hacks, which is featuring some of the people that are actually pounding off right now as we speak in the chat on Instagram. So Drew Montana, past guest, and also host John Montag. Montag said, Montague spelled. If you want to check those shows out, Hacks, which is a comedy golf show. It's a lot of fun. It's we're gearing up for season 2. We already got some guests lined up, and it's going to be a ton of fun for that. So if you want to be a part of the show in any way, make sure you check out some of the other shows so you kind of get a feel of the show. Not a lot of golf. Lots of fucking around, though. We have a fun time. Also, Proper Ebonics is going to be a new episode out today, a little bit later on this afternoon. I just got to finish up some nice little editing, a little scrubbing, cleaning, and everything like that. But it'll be out a little bit later on today, as well as Falls Count Anywhere. Just waiting on a couple edits that I got to do to that as well. Just one edit, really, but no pressure. Hey, we're here, we're pounding, we're having a good time. But check out new Falls Count Anywhere and Proper Ebonics every week at Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube, and audio versions as well anywhere you get your audio podcast. I'm not used to no hat. I'm trying to think where I'm pushing my hair back. It's getting longer, so the sideways thing just makes it look like a big gigantic helmet. So I'm trying to get it to stay back. I don't know. I don't use a lot of product. So shout out to Hacks. Hell yeah, Premium Ron's pounding off in the comments there. But what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, also speaking of new episodes of Falls Count Anywhere, on that new episode that's going to be coming out a little bit later on is special guest, former guest, returning guest, ex-pro wrestler, close to our hearts, always pounding off in the comments, GD Peeper himself, Ian Strong. He's on the show. He's a guest as Brandon and Manny talk about the wrestlings and everything like that. He even takes part of the pre-pro PWI game that we like to play every week. So if you like Ian Strong or Strong Words with Ian Strong, which is his podcast, you can check that out, which is featuring familiar face, Sir Brandon Youngblood. I don't know if he's been knighted or not. I just gave it to him. Brandon Youngblood is the guest this week on Strong Words with Ian Strong, and it's I haven't checked out the episode yet. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Casey. It's exposing my thinning hairline, and I was a little bit nervous about it, but on camera it kind of looks like I got one of those like checks shaved in my head, like the little cool thing that I don't, you know what I mean? Like that usually you can only pull off with short hair, but I somehow pulled it off with longer hair, and I like it. I don't mind it. I've been wearing a bandana ever since I watched Max Holloway fight this weekend. Got very emotional during that fight. It was a fucking amazing fight. If you have not checked out that pay-per-view this week, it's not even pay-per-view. It was a fight night. It was a UFC Fight Island 7 over in Abu Dhabi. That was a fucking incredible fight. And Max Holloway, blessed Holloway, is somebody who oftentimes wears a headband because he's a martial artist. And I think that's what you do. Because I think truly, I don't know what part of the culture may be as far as the martial arts, but wearing a headband, I feel like the only reason you really see martial artists wear headbands a lot of times is because they can kick your ass if you make fun of them. So I think it checks out. I don't know if that's exactly the reason, but those are usually those people and people that are working out, and usually they're going too fast so to even hear you make fun of them. So a lot of times I feel like headbands. So I was wearing a bandana to try to like push it back, and then I wore a hat to like press it down. It's really strange. I have very thick hair, like everywhere else except for like right here. This is the only part. I don't know if you can see it. It's like, see how like this is just like a dip, just like missing. but like everywhere else, it's like the fucking Wolfman. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming it's all gonna go, and that's fine. I like to wear hats anyway. I don't give a shit. But ladies compliment me on my hair all the time, and it feels nice. I understand. It's weird. You compliment a lady on their hair, so you're just a creep. Lady compliments you on your hair, I like it. You know what I mean? I like it a lot. Best fight of the year. Yeah, dude. That best fight of like, I think of my lifetime, Charles. Like that was incredible. The end of the second round, I am not ashamed to say this. I fucking teared up like it was a sports movie. This, you can make a movie about this fight, dude. This guy, I love Max Holloway. And like I love his personality. I love his fighting style. Like I love the fact that the mental toughness that he holds, the physical toughness that he holds, just the greatness. Like he never seems to be. I mean, he is mentioned. I know. I don't mean to say that, but like when you see, like when you hear the superstars, when you hear like Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal got huge with that fucking knee and the super necessary thing. Nate Diaz, you know what I mean? Like he is a big personality, but like he's not a big personality. He's Hawaiian, so like he's bruh, check it out. But he's a fucking cage fighter. So like it's so fucking cool to see like somebody that's like, hey man, whatever, yeah, whatever, bruh. And then like also like not like BJ Penn, where like maybe it was a little too violent. I honestly don't know. You see enough episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter, and if Max Holloway's life, like if he wasn't such a nice, good guy, like if he turned into a life of crime, he'd be very dangerous for Dog and the whole team. You know what I mean? He could choke them the fuck out or knock them the fuck out. Incredible. And to add meaning to it, even more meaning to the night, to the afternoon, because it happened at like 3:00 in the afternoon. It started. The It was the first combat sport broadcast to be featured on ABC, live broadcast on ABC since like 2002, I believe. And I believe they were saying, if I remember correctly, that the first one that they ever featured was a boxing match with Muhammad Ali. And there were a lot of parallels that were brought up after the fact, just stills from that fight of Max Holloway, like straight up pulling some fucking Muhammad Ali shit. You know what I mean? Oh, maybe it's not. You want to. There are pictures side by side that look eerily similar. Like he was planning that pose. It's so fucking crazy. Calvin Kattar, that was a fight that like I love both those guys. I love Max. I've known Max Holloway. I've known about him a little bit longer than Calvin Kattar, so I feel like I'm only in that sense that I'm more invested in it. I do like him, but I really, if either one of those guys won, I would have been happy for him. You know what I mean? But in the manner in which he won, Max Holloway, was phenomenal. I don't even know if you have to be a combat sports fan to actually give a shit about that, but I would venture. It's free. It's free on if you have an ABC app. I'm sure there's probably a replay of it. I'm assuming. I mean, because they broadcast it. If not, ESPN Plus. It's like get 1 month of a free trial, or pay 1 month. It's like $4.99 for 1 month. It's worth that fucking money. I know the UFC does not need me to sell that fight, but like I will say to my small little neck of the woods, it's the people that may watch this, if you haven't had a chance, if you just like, I mean, it does get a little, I mean, it's pretty violent. Like, I mean, there's quite a bit of blood and everything, but it's not like it's not gory. So like if you're squeamish like that, I don't even think even that. The fight never even fucking hits the floor. So if you're one of those people that I don't like when they wrestle around, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, we got some pounding. I was pounding off live. I literally like was tearing up at the end of the second round. I got fucking emotional. And then I was glued to the screen nonstop. That was the only fight I got to watch live, experience that live. And I watched it sitting right here. I was sitting this close. I was watching it on this TV. I was editing on this computer. I started up my computer and turned on the TV, and I just kept like, I was like, all right, the fight's starting to turn around. And then And I never even fucking looked back. My heart was racing at the end of it. It was crazy. It was a phenomenal performance. It was, oh yeah, the way I put it, this is the best way I can put it. It was one of the greatest performances of anything I've ever seen. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that when people call martial arts, like, now I get it, what the art is. Holy fucking shit. Max Holloway executed one of the greatest mixed martial arts performances of all time, hands down. But I would compare it to some of the greatest musical performances you've seen. If you've seen a great fucking concert, this may inspire you more. You know what I mean? Like I have a clip of Brian Ortega against Korean Zombie. I know that's crazy. It's crazy to say, like, yeah, this is an art form. So the Korean Zombies fighting Brian Ortega, but there's one part of the fight. It's like a one exchange where they're in front of each other in the middle of the cage, and Brian Ortega just very not like, he's got his guard up and everything, very nonchalantly changes his stance. Korean Zombie goes into attack, and he just executes this fucking perfect spinning elbow. And I keep it on my phone to motivate me to do everything great, to perform everything at its fullest of potentials. Because that's what that's what it reminds me. There's something about elbows that get me fucking emotional. I love a good fucking elbow right to the side of the head, the front of the anywhere, the face, the chin. And that's what I was afraid of. I think that's why my heart was racing, because I was seeing one of the greatest performances of all time from Max Holloway, and I was terrified that he was going to get clipped by a fucking rogue elbow or something like that. Or again, because Calvin K, he can do that too. Like, what the fuck? You're right here. If you're right here, all it takes is, that's why they say like stuff like the puncher's chance and stuff like that. We got some pounding off here. No, he did not bring potatoes, by the way. I will say this. Ian Strong was lovely to give us his time for Falls Count Anywhere. He was an incredible guest, as usual. Incredible guy. I love talking to that guy. Love him being here in the Caddick, but he did not bring potatoes. And I'm not saying that's a requirement to come here, but like, this guy seems like a guy that's flush with potato. You know what I mean? Bring a couple spuds, will you? But no, it's no big deal. It's okay. Yeah. John's what do we have? Best fight of the year from Charles pounding off in the comments. What's up, Cupcake? We got John Montag saying, I love adult karate is now influencing your hairstyle choices. Yeah, I didn't think about that, because Charles, I saw Charles's comment, Pat, about to get a Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai. You know what? And again, that's a perfect example. Danielson, he didn't wear the bandana until he knew how to fucking wax on and off. So until you get to that point, I wouldn't put on a bandana. But I feel like, again, I feel pretty confident. Like, I feel like I'm at a bandana wearing level. I got it right here. I was not going to wear it for the show because I felt like I look like a Vato. Like, my hair, no, and shout out to Vatos. There's nothing wrong with that. But I had the thing on. I looked like I was in Suicidal Tendencies. Is that the band? But I had this on, and then I had another, like I said, I had the hat on over it to push it back. That's like the equivalent of my curlers. I was setting my hair. I just need to wait out. This is the most frustrating. Anytime I try to grow out my hair or anything like that, Lemaire's here. What's up, buddy? I always try to, I have to get past this part. And Dom says like, oh, you should like, what is it? Trim it, like, or whatever. Trim a little bit down, and then it'll thin it out, or thin it out, or do this. You get thinning shears. That's what she says. And I got, yeah, but I could just wait. If I just wait a little bit longer, it'll start to like lay down or back. But there is a point where I had my hair down to the middle of my back at that time, but I didn't have it in my new more fuckable body. So I want to try it with my more fuckable body to really give it that. See, also, if I can lose some more weight, I feel like my thinning hairline might actually like what is it? If it's reseeding, like post seed, seed, will it just seed then? I don't know. Maybe. Genuine Pat was absolutely here. Yeah. Genuine Pat was sitting right here, Casey. And then he was watching this here TV. And he had some genuine fucking emotion. That's what happened. John's also saying, I just assume any Hawaiian that isn't a surfer or fire dancer is default an MMA fighter or football player. That was my thing. I always thought, I've heard of plenty of people. You know what's crazy? I didn't know this. I don't know if this is, maybe this is a de-seeding. Right? Yeah, right? Isn't that right, John? Yeah, okay. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Girl Scout cookies. We ordered, shout out to Claire, my out there in Michigan. I ordered some Girl Scout cookies through family, and I decided to we got 7 boxes total, which is not, that's, look, it actually, I think 8. Either 8, I can't remember what it was. It was one number over what they suggested, because they did some weird pressured selling. I feel like there was some motivated selling happening, because they definitely said, if you order 6 boxes, or it may have been 7, shipping is whatever, is free, or shipping is, there is no shipping, or there's no cost for shipping, or whatever it was. Like, if you order this many, you get this. And I was like, well, well, then we should help out. I mean, it's going to a good cause, so we should donate to the Girl Scouts for cookies. So we got the cookies, and I remember ordering them, but I don't think I remember them being a different when I ordered them. But when we got the boxes, because my favorite Girl Scout cookie, I don't know about anybody else. I don't know why I even put this on the list. I forgot all about this until we brought up Hawaiians. I don't know how I didn't think Hawaiian cookies when I'm thinking Hawaiian MMA fighters, and I don't know if this is offensive, and maybe this is why but I don't know the origin of my favorite Girl Scout cookie. It were formerly known as Samoas, as in, these are so good that I want Samoa. Give me Samoa cookies. That's how I remembered it. I didn't think Samoa as an offensive term. I am not Samoan, believe it or not. Who knows? Now they call them Hawaiian sweet rolls or something like that, right? Charles is pounding off in the comments. I think that's what it is. I can't remember, but I literally crossed. I'm like, no, these are Samoas. What the hell? What happened to now? I don't want to say like, what the fuck? You can't change your name, blah blah blah. But why did you change the name? That's what I don't understand. Like, because I did not. I honestly have no knowledge if it was or is offensive. Is it? Is Samoa? Actually, I should look that up, right? I'm going to look that up right now. Samoa. Just look up the term. Wikipedia. Officially, the independent state of Samoa until 1997, known as Western Samoa, is a Polynesian island consisting of 2 main islands. All right, so maybe I should put in why. Why did the Girl Scouts yeah, there we go. Rename Samoas. Caramel Delights looked like Samoas. Hold on. The Caramel Delights looked like Samoas, were packaged like Samoas, but just were not called Samoas. Little Brownie Bakers apparently coined the name Samoas and was the first to start using it in commerce and identifying. So why did the Girl Scouts change the name, guys? I hate when the internet doesn't do, like, computers, like, they'll know exactly what to sell you, but they'll never go like, oh, here's that answer you're looking for. Why did they change the name? Just say that one answer. That's the only answer I need. So if there wasn't a big, huge news story about it, I got to assume that there's probably not an issue. They just did it. Girl Scout, it appears only one company changed the names. Right. What the fuck? Caramel delights. I never think caramel. I never think caramel when I think of that cookie. I don't even think I realized there was caramel there. I just remember the time that I lost a tooth. I remember it was my dad used to keep them in the freezer, the cookies. And so I remember I had a loose tooth and he would give us 2 cookies. He'd say, all right, here's your cookies, which is, come on, 2 Samoas. He'd give me 2 and I look at him and I go, hey, why don't you give me Samoa? I don't need this. It's worth the joke. It's just a joke. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even understand. I didn't know so Samoa is the Polynesian island. It's still that. So I don't understand, like, they just changed the name. I could not find the answer. I don't want to spend too much time just fucking typing and shit like that. But if it's an offensive term, that makes sense. But I feel like that would come up first. So hold on. Bring the mohawk back. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I absolutely will. Pat, please get into wearing do-rags. Hell yeah, I would do that. Some waves, right? Isn't that what do-rags do? If the fight never hits the floor, then didn't the floor technically win? John, I really wish I hadn't read that. I went back to read that. You know that? Are you still pooping out of here? Just kidding, buddy. Love you. Never change. That's good. Oh, see, Casey liked it. You know what I mean? I'm wrong. See, you're 50-50 on that joke already. We'll take the rest of the votes later. I will absolutely try do-rags at least. Or I will take Charles's advice here, pound it off in the comments. Bring the mohawk back. I might do that. I might go a different person of Cobra Kai, right? Isn't that another guy? Hawk. I fucking hate that show. We're still watching season 3, and I hate it. I hate it so much. And I don't even like I don't like watching it. I don't get anything really out of watching it because it's kind of like it's like Seventh Heaven. It's like the same thing. There's nothing to it. There's nothing there. I liked the premise of the show, and the first 2 seasons were cool, but like now it's like getting like weird Degrassi. And honestly, when most of the cast is either meant to be or is literally children, I feel really weird being an adult that watches it. I really do. So I don't know actually how old Miguel is, or Hawk, or any of them, or any of the people they've recast or anything. But it's really strange that they show how like they did the thing like in Stranger Things where like they had the 1 year where they grew too much over the off the non-shooting days, and and now they just look like young men and women. You know what I mean? Not like children at all. They went from like children's karate to like the children are fighting. Like they look like they're in their 30s. They look like they've had some hard times. So I don't know. We got John's pounding off some more. Pat, please get into wearing do-rags. Hold on a second. That was John that said that. I thought that was Ron. I apologize. I apologize about that, Ron. Premium Ron was saying, bring the potatoes, proceed. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I will absolutely wear that. I apologize about that, John. That's my bad. It appears that only one company changed the name. Karen says here, ABC Bakers still calls them Samoas. They are 2 distributors of Girl Scout cookies, ABC and Little Brownie. Yeah. So why did they change the name though? That's don't need any of that. That's okay. I don't need that. I just need to know I'm not saying you have to look it up, but like that doesn't answer my question. No offense, Karen. Love you, Karen. Hope you're enjoying your day off. Oh, also, happy Martin Luther King Day. What the fuck am I doing? I'm already almost a half hour in, and I did not acknowledge the great doctor. Please, God damn it, just read today. Do something nice. Don't be a dickhead today, please. I'm going to try my hardest not to be a dickhead. I promise, but yeah, I don't know either. But like you found all that other info, or did you know that? That's weird. We got the same deal. with not being able to find the answers on the internet, if that's the case, if she tried to look that up. We got Original Ron in the chat now, just in time to hear a little ditty. Ugh, if I can find it. I don't like that word ditty that I just said. A little ditty about a certain word that's part of the day. We did word of the day early now because the sheer fact that latest named ASPRO Heather Jean suggested it, and honestly, if you have any suggestions for the show, or if you enjoy any part of it, or want something featured, if you want to join the show, if you want, just ask to join. That's okay. You can do that, and you'll be part of the show, and we can say words of the day together. But Heather Jean suggested that we do it closer to the beginning of the show so that we could try to weasel that word in there. And I think that was a great idea. So I started that. So shout out to Heather. Shout out to John Montag for all of his wonderful Photoshop works that he does for the show as well. AskPro and Art Dick, and also Promo King alum for sure. He's going to be part of the Promo King contest coming up with FCA. We got a fatal 3-way possibly coming up. We don't know, but we got to find out who the new champion is. And that's going to be happening on this, or no, actually, I think voting starts either once the episode comes out. So once that new episode of False Count Anywhere comes out, you get to voting. But right now, we just got words that we're going to say. One particular word of the day. And it's a long one. Seems like I may mispronounce this, but I'm going to do the thing, the thing where you make this, you do the sounds here. We got Wife in the chat as well. Wife George just joined. She's here just in time for the word of the day, which is going to be spelled like so. MANSUETUDE. You thought I was going to stop with you, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Do you want that Samoa? Here it comes. MASSUETUDE. Now, sound it out. Mansitude, or maybe mansuitude. Yep, no, I just said it the same way. I was going to attempt a different pronunciation, but I was not successful in that. Mantudude. I don't know. Let's see. Mansuitude. All right, here we go. Let's find out. All right, we got it. All right, so here we go. Let's find out if I got it. It's a mansuetude. Okay, see, I went too literal. Suit. Is that right? Suetude. Mansuetude. Sounds like, what the fuck? Okay, so mansuetude is part of speech is noun. Its origin is Latin, and they don't know from what time period it is. So that's yeah, Karen knows it. We all know Karen knows it. Karen just gets the same emails. By the way, I've discovered it's not the same. She likes to spoil it, but that's fun. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to you don't have to behave. You're here to pound off Karen. You don't have to behave. Stop answering it. No, it's basically, it's meekness or gentleness. Examples of mansuetude in a sentence are: Grant handled the difficult situation with the utmost mansuetude. That, I feel like in that sense, that's pretty fitting. I don't know. Meek, like with the greatest meekness doesn't sound better, but the greatest mansuetude, that's nice. Gentleness, even you want to say like you handled that with the very, very gentle, I guess, very gentle demeanor, but just say with very, very much mansuetude. It sounds the opposite. I can see that. Mansuetude. I don't know. Like I honestly, when I looked at it, I had obviously I had very little chance to actually pronounce it correctly, but also I had like I don't it doesn't remind me of anything. I can't think of I try to say like it sounds like, but it doesn't sound like anything really. Mansuetude is just meekness or gentleness. Another example of it in a sentence, it's important to approach the shelter animals with mansuetude. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it just sounds like a word that you could just assign any fucking meaning to, and it's just that. Mansuetude could be mansuetude is the kind of attitude that you have towards a man in a suit. It's your mansuetude. You know what I mean? Mansuetude. Yeah, like manly. Mansuetude. Yeah. I'm a man in a suit and I got a tude. I'm a mansuetude. I don't know. I'm not loving that one. It's not a great start to the week, but it's okay. It's got the week started though, you know what I mean? Mansuetude, meekness, or a guy in a suit. Could be your attitude towards a man and whether you like his suit or not. Mansuetude. Don't know how I'm gonna work that one in, but I I started up jujitsu. I started back up in jujitsu. Maybe it was being motivated. Maybe that's why I was so emotional with the Max Holloway fight. Maybe that's what it was. I was just missing competing with other people that are at the jujitsu place. Mansuetude was actually the original name of Samoa cookies. Oh, really? I did not know that. So honestly, they've changed it before. So that's on me, John. I'm really glad you brought that up. John's pounding off in the comments real hard. If you want to pound off the comments or you want to join in, you can follow at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram as well as on YouTube. And that way you get to see past episodes if you'd like. Or you can also check out other episodes of shows that are produced through Baby Mermaid Productions. Thank you so much for that, John. And thank you so much for joining me for Word of the Day. I want to talk more about Max Holloway. No, honestly, I could do probably 14 hours just on that fight. The rest of the card was very impressive as well. But if you want, it's 30 minutes total from them announcing them to do the end of it and everything and showing some replays in the interview. Check it out. Karen, I think you would even like it. Get the kids around the TV. Watch an MMA fight. Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar. It's a great fucking fight this weekend. You should check it out. Karen's pounding off. She says Pat likes to show off his mansuetude on the mat. I do, actually. I'm very gentle. It's called the gentle art, Karen. It is jujitsu is honestly it is one of my favorite things to do, jujitsu, and I'm really happy that I was able to do it for as long as I was, even during the pandemic, and relatively safely, because there's very little that changes as far as that, except for the fact that non-symptomatic people are still a problem, and they could still be a problem as far as, but that's, I feel like, the biggest thing, because if any of us even have a symptom starting out in the morning, we at least take that day off, if not more time. If we're sick, we take at least 10 days, if not more. You know what I mean? Like, so as long as everybody still continues to be responsible adults, we can continue to have nice things. You know what I mean? Like, at least for the time being. And I know everybody's somewhat, or one way or another, a little bit worked up about what possibly could happen on Inauguration Day. What's up, Ian? How's it going? Ian Strong pounding off in the comments there. We got, don't forget to check out the latest episode, like I was telling you before, of Ian Strong's Strong Words with Ian Strong. Latest guest out today, Brandon Youngblood. And not far after that is Falls Count Anywhere, featuring, you guessed it, Ian Strong. Strong Words with Ian Strong. Check that out today. But also the fact that I feel like, oh, God damn it, I knew I was going to lose my place with that. Fuck. No, I like to do, I was really happy the fact that I was able to do it as long as I could. And the fact that it's back, even for the time being, means that I'm able to have more, it helps with my mental health in a lot of ways. I know I've explained that before, and I've talked about it lots of times on other podcasts and everything like that. It's beneficial in more than just physical exercise, and that's another no lie, Karen. I really think it would be good for kids and stuff like that to at least give it a shot. I think it should be an option as much as baseball, football, like any other sport that you would like. Well, let's try this. Well, the kid might like soccer. Let's try soccer out, or whatever. Just honestly, give this the same effort. It is, as far as like, you have membership price for sure, but other than that, you just got to get a gi or two, and it's laundry after that. It's more laundry. But if it's something that is enjoy, like I feel like you have to try it to know if you like for sure. Like that's not a thing that you can go. Maybe you don't have to try it to know you like it, because I was definitely interested in trying it. I honestly, I highly suggest at least introducing children to it if you have them. And that doesn't mean choke your kids out at home. That means take them to a school, preferably Harrisburg Jiu-Jitsu and Judo in Lemoyne. But if you do, take them there for some instruction, because it's safe. I mean, again, it's as safe as it possibly can be. It's a calculated risk for me as well, for sure. But it's something that I don't surround myself with a ton of people, so I feel it's a necessary. It's not a necessary. It's a necessary risk in the sense of for my mental health. But if it got taken away, I obviously chess helped a lot, to help with the uh mental part of it. I know I went over that with Dom and everything the other day, but it's something that I think is really great. Karen's pound off. You lost me with more laundry. Yeah, that makes sense. You can air dry. You can air dry gis though. Maybe you don't. Maybe get them in no gi, and then then you're just washing like some Speedos. That's like one extra load of laundry. But kids gis can't be that big. So kids gis, you could probably fit a couple of them in the washing machine. I don't know. Just keep telling them you forgot it and always use a rental gi. They don't like that, but you could try it. Karen, you should sign up, learn some more moves, and then beat the shit out of your 11 kids. That's great advice, John. I think that's really good advice. That's why you should do jiu-jitsu, so you can beat up kids. Can I still participate in bum fights? Yeah, absolutely, Ron. Yeah. You just not at don't bring them to the school, but yeah, you can sneak up on any homeless person and choke them out if you want. Again, I don't suggest that, but you can still do all of the terrible things that you normally do, even with jujitsu. Trust me. There's a lot of people that do jujitsu. There's a ton of cops. I didn't realize how many guys. Look out. There's a lot of cops that know jujitsu. I don't know if you know this. There's a ton of cops that know jujitsu. And if you don't know jujitsu, that cop could choke you out real easily. So, but get this, right? The best part of that a lot more cops are learning jujitsu is a lot less of them are going to be putting their knees on throats, because we don't do that in jujitsu, guys. We put knee on belly, bruh. And that's what they call it too. That's how you know you love a martial art, when one of the names of the moves is knee on belly. Knee on belly. That sounds like and I have made this joke before in class. That would be a cool sign to have the shirt say knee on belly, but it's KNEE on belly, right? But it's in neon piping. How fucking cool would that be? John, could you do that Photoshop? Maybe Ron, premium Ron. I don't know if you're still on here or not, but if you can check that out, that'd be awesome. Karen says, I have actually been professionally trained on how to physically restrain kids. I have caught my kids by surprise. That's pretty cool. Ex co-host of Buddha Boys podcast that I used to do with Chris William. He is an educator as well, and I believe he is an educator of neon belly. Sorry, Ron. Ron just pounded out. He said neon belly, right? Is there a way to do that? Neon belly? I'm going to search. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Hold on. That's going to be a post-pro conversation between me and Ron. I apologize for bothering you right now, Ron. I'm going to proceed, much like you said earlier. Just lost Rocket League because I looked down. I blame you. Yeah, that's okay. But also, you should be playing jujitsu in your car, not soccer, Ron. Give jujitsu a try. If you were playing UFC 4 and I messed you up, I would totally take that. I'm not going to take it for Rocket League. I know that there are no stakes in Rocket League. It's just soccer with cars. It's like Twisted Metal meets FIFA. Don't love it, but I have played it and I do like it. but I don't love it. So so Neon Belly, but yeah, Chris William used to be is still an educator, I believe, and he explained to me that he was trained because I believe he does work with special needs, possibly. I think that's why the training was there. It was also to help restrain and to calm, to neutralize, essentially. And how he explained it to me was like, oh yeah, that's just you just get mount. That's all you're doing. You're just like, if you ever seen, look up a video. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Matt Serra restraining a drunk guy in this Vegas restaurant. He was eating with his family in a restaurant in Las Vegas, and he was there obviously for, I think he was he's cornering somebody for that event, and he ended up restraining a guy who was like being a super dickhead. Like I guess he was like berating one of the waitresses or one of the wait staff or anything like that, and got him, was like, hey man, you gotta come on. Like he's belligerent, and the guy wanted to fight Matt Serra, and he's like, come on, buddy. Hall of Famer here. Come on. UFC Hall of Famer here. Still very active in many martial arts, but mainly owns multiple jiu-jitsu academies. He beat George St. Pierre. You know what I mean? Like there's parts where you're like, he beat George St. Pierre. Do you think your drunk ass is better than George St. Pierre? So, and if you don't know who George St. Pierre is, I don't know how to help you there, guys. French Canadian God. Okay. George Rush St. Pierre. Look his highlights up. Matt Serra beat that guy. So Matt Serra restrains. Maybe. Wow, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So I got it right here. I'm going to share that in the chats here real quick, just so everybody can see it. It's a very funny video. It makes me feel good as somebody who also knows jujitsu, but it is a very interesting, hold on, there we go, into YouTube, coming at you, fucking Instagram. There you go. Enjoy Matt Serra restraining a drunk guy in a public restaurant. It is one of my favorite internet clips. I should have this one on my fucking phone for inspiration as well, because that's a lot of fun. And I think about that. I think about this clip in particular a lot of times when I'm in public. A lot of times when I'm in public. So GSP highlights are just him laying on top of people. Yeah. That's what's known as winning, Ian. That's what I was saying. He does a lot of winning. Usually the person on top is the one in control. So yeah, I would have to agree with Ian Strong, pounding off real hard. Strong pounds coming from a strong man. Strong words with Ian Strong. You can have that one. That one's for free. But Ian Strong, you got to watch this Matt Serra clip because it's a lot of fun, because he's in flip-flops. One of my biggest fears growing up. I have never been, I mean, like a one, like I'm gonna fight you, motherfucker, like that kind of fight. Like there's been many a brawl, many of a mosh pit that got out of hand in my childhood, sure, but as far as like combat and stuff like that, one-on-one, mano a mano, not a lot of experience here. But wait, hold on. What is it? I was a brown belt in what is this now? This sounds made up, buddy. This is autocorrect. It's a Hinyu karate. When I was 13, I'd whip some ass. I've seen that clip before. Yeah, it's pretty fun. But my biggest fear growing up was that, like, the first time I was going to get this chance to fight, or anytime that I would possibly get in, like if I was going out to a show, for sure, I'm not going to wear flip-flops to a show. But the fact that you can confidently control a situation, get into an altercation. It's not a fight, but it's an altercation. He controls it in flip-flops. Hold on. Ishinru. I don't know if it's but there's two S's. It's like the ISS Inharu. Hinaru. I'll take it though. Either way. A brown belt in karate as a 13-year-old. So which character of Cobra Kai are you? is that I'm not scared of karate people necessarily, but like a points karate guy, like like Michael Venom Page, something like that, MVP, that's a dangerous motherfucker. He's a dangerous guy. Stephen Thompson is a very scary karate guy, but karate learning. I mean, I know there's probably a bit of facetiousness in Ian's tone, maybe via the Instagram chat. Again, you could follow it at Baby Mermaid Productions if you just joined the show, and you can pound off. But I think doesn't it go? What's green belt? I'm thinking about jujitsu. I was asking Jeff Beck of the 6 a.m. podcast and my professor in jujitsu, a black belt certified motherfucker, badass, and he is somebody who he's somebody who was explaining the I was asking him like how does it go with the kids belts compared to like the adult belts? Is it like the same number? Is it like what? Do you still both start at white? Like because they have like green and yellow and blue and all the shit. The chubby kid who got kicked out because of the wrestler beat him despite being untrained. I'm him. Okay, I like that one. So did you go to Miyagi Do? I would like to learn karate as like a meditation. I think karate would be a cool like it's like a um Wim Hof breathing. You know, you would learn like breathing techniques and like they say there's a word that I think they use. I don't know if it's a judo word or if it's a jujitsu word, but they use OSS. And judo is another one that my first class actually, funny story. I the first time I ever went to what I thought was a jujitsu class, I was I said I had talked to one of the owners about joining up and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, come by. We have a class tomorrow at 5, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And came in, he set me up with a rental gi, signed a waiver, and then we started judo throws first day. And it was like, you learn how to fall correctly. So you don't pull a Tom Segura and break your arm in fucking 1800 ways. And then 18 directions. I mean, not even, he only broke it the one way, I guess, but you learn a lot about break falling in judo, and it's a great way to get the fight to the floor for your jiu-jitsu. But you can also just hope that, or just sit down. Usually people will come at you. If I think a lot of times, like, people don't understand, pulling guard is a thing in jiu-jitsu where you just sit down on your back and you just say, come on over here. And I mean, I think in a real fight, that would work close to the same way, except for they'd probably be diving on top of you because they're like, what a fool. I'm going to kill him because he's just sitting down. So it's a very mansuetude approach to fighting, but very non-confrontational. It's a defensive thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just looking to win a fight if one finds me. So I did a kata for an elementary school talent show. I got laughed at hard. Oh, poor Ian. That's tough. That's tough because you're so excited. Your outlook of like it's like when you buy new school clothes and you're like, these are the fucking I love these clothes. These are gonna be great. And then like the night before school, you're like, oh shit, did I get lame clothes? Oh fuck. Like I would think that too. I would put on my gi. I would be like, oh, I'm fucking excited to wear my gi. Like, not only am I excited to do my martial arts in front of my whole class because to show them how fucking badass I am, but also like I'm going to show how badass I look in my fucking gi. They don't have fucking gis. And then immediately they're like, what are those, pajamas? And you're like, fuck. No, they're not. This is fighting outfit. This is for professional fighting. Okay? But then they go to the UFC, and this wasn't at the beginning of it, but they used to wear gis and stuff. Used to be more of a free for all, but then they kind of go, now you got to wear these special shorts, or these special shorts, or these special shorts. And how come it's the only the ladies that get to wear shirts? Again, coming from a fat guy, I think Ian could probably relate this. Oftentimes we don't like to take our shirts off. So you're telling me, sure, the welterweights, yeah, they look great. Light heavyweights, they're starting to get a little bigger, but they're still some peak athletes. John Jones was the light heavyweight champion forever. and he's peak physical condition. But I've seen some heavyweights, and they got some titty meat. So if they got titty meat, I'm pretty sure that they would probably feel a little bit more comfortable fighting in front of millions of people if they got to wear a shirt. So how come if shirts are allowed, they let them wear either like straight up a fucking shirt, not the sports bra or like even a bigger like half shirt or a tighter shirt, like a fucking like they're going surfing or some shit. They wear like board shorts and like a long and fucking a rash guard essentially. Why not bring geese back? That'd be cool. Give them the option. Three Ninjas, Power Rangers, Mortal Kombat, and Ninja Turtles were all huge then. I thought I was cool. Same exact thing. I would think the same thing. I would go in with my Ian Strong is pounding off very genuine Ian's here, guys. And again, check out Strong Words with Ian Strong for more genuine words coming from this guy. But I absolutely identified with Three Ninjas, definitely Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat. I don't know. It's weird. Actually, that's so strange. That was like that absolutely fits that criteria. But that's what like that's what I was joking about with Andy when I was doing the show with Andy this weekend, which we'll get into. Trust me, Ron wants to talk about it, and I know we're going to talk about this. We did. Hold on. Went in thinking he was going to look like Colt, but he felt like Tum Tum. Absolutely. Very good observation, John. And that's what happens. You go in thinking you're going to look cool as shit, but then everybody's laughing at you, and you're like, wait a minute. But I can kick your ass. I can kick all your asses. I don't know. Rocky loves Emily. That's true. We all remember the movie Three Ninja. I think martial arts is important for children, but also to have expectations managed. So if your kid is getting into a sport or a martial art or anything like that, there definitely can be like I don't like it's weird because jiu-jitsu doesn't seem to have again, it's not a type of it doesn't seem like the kind of martial art where like you're attacking somebody. There are attacks for sure, but I've never, and that might just be me again. Like it's weird that I thought of Mortal Kombat when you mentioned Mortal Kombat. I was like, oh yeah, that's absolutely martial arts. But I for some reason I was a huge fan of martial arts, everything, blood sport, kickboxer. It just said kick a bunch of times. Kickboxers, Three Ninjas. Knuckle up, my dude. Hell yeah, Ron. Premium Ron's pounding off in the comments. You can watch the movie in its entirety on YouTube. Wow, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Is that legal? Or that's probably just because nobody gives a shit about it anymore. But now we got some more Photoshop ideas, John. Three Ninjas, definitely. That's in there. The first Mortal Kombat movie is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I love that movie. I love the game. I loved everything about it. Everything about my like the I was a big Brandon Lee fan. He was like I was excited about him being our version of Bruce Lee. Like we got a real life. I got to see another Bruce Lee live. He's kin. He's goddamn kin. Goddamn it. But then you find out, holy shit, Max Holloway might be the next Bruce Lee. I'm looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat movie later this year. I didn't know there was a new one coming out. That's pretty cool. Ian Strong pounding off hard in the comments. I think I was talking about it with Andy this weekend. UFC Fight Island is genuinely what the movies I watched growing up and loved when I was growing up. All martial arts movies, all this big tournament on this weird island. Every game I played, every movie I watched, every bit of media that I was consuming when I was that age is what's happening pretty much right now. I said it's like I said it was like Mortal Kombat, but then he was like, it's more like Bloodsport. And I was like, it feels like Mortal Kombat though. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Abu Dhabi part of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it feels like all of those things mixed together. But in a practical, real setting. And it's so fucking cool. It's just cool. They also were able to have some crowd there too. And I won't talk about UFC the whole time, but I'm excited to be back doing jujitsu, making more martial arts memories in my brain, because that's gonna stick out in my fucking head forever. Like that. The last time I feel like I had that, I don't know the last time I had that reaction the whole fight like that. Maybe Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva. Even though I knew it was kind of a passing of the guard fight, and it was kind of like one of those things of like, this is probably not, I don't know, but I just didn't know what was going to happen. And it was a very exciting fight, but very rarely that wasn't 5 rounds, or was that 5 rounds? Yeah, that was 5 rounds. But it wasn't like it was there was no, I don't know, there's no, I mean, there wasn't technically, I guess, stakes on this fight either, but there were in the conclusion. Like if Max Holloway keeps his number 1 spot, gets his title, hopefully another title chance, maybe against Brian Ortega, if Brian Ortega can beat Volkanovski, yada yada yada, it's gonna be fun. So if you guys want to talk UFC, you know where I'm at. We got more pounding off from Ian here. He says the new movie is being done by Warner Brothers. Like the rest of their films, it'll be on HBO Max when it hits theaters. It's rated R and will contain fatalities. Finally, I think that was the reason why Mortal Kombat the movie isn't like, I like it and I liked it, but I don't think it was everything it could have been, because it didn't give me enough of those. Oh, that's from the game. Didn't give me enough of that, but I am excited to see that, Ian. Thank you for pounding that off. Quick update. We were talking about donuts on Friday. I think we're going to try to make donuts. I don't know what type yet, but I was like, yeah, you can just make donuts at home. It's just dough, and then you put it in the fryer, or or bake it. I think you can bake them too, right? There's different ways you can do this. Why not? We're going to do it. Don made some fucking killer carrot cake with so it's vegan, but this is what it replicated. This is what you always say, vegan, meat or meatless burger or whatever it may be. And it always sounds weird, but like it was vegan, but it was carrot cake with buttercream frosting, right? Wasn't it? We will fry them. Okay, so sorry. And an update from wife George herself, pounding off right now live in the chat. Wasn't compelled so much with the UFC talk, but she's in it for the donut talk. We are going to fry them. There is no other thing. There's an explanation point right there. No question mark whatsoever. You need an air fryer. Come on, Karen. What are we doing? We're going to air fry our donuts and vegan butter. Yeah. Vegan buttercream icing. That's what it was. Vegan buttercream icing and the vegan cupcake as well, which, yeah. Oh, we do? We need an air fryer? Why do we need an air fryer? What's an air fryer? What happened to what's the other fryer? How do they do wings usually? Because if it's that way, I had some dog shit wings this weekend. I got to tell you, Davino's Pizza in Hanover, the pizza, fucking awesome. Awesome pizza. Great pizza. Not the best, but awesome pizza. Very good pizza. Get the Mac Daddy, if you will. It's a Big Mac as a pizza. It's amazing. I know you think it doesn't work, but it fucking works. The Mac Daddy pizza, not a Big Mac pizza. It's a Mac Daddy pizza. Copyright. See, but it's the same stuff. It fries air. Okay, good. So, all right. So, great explanation. Is on my team. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. It uses hot air instead of hot oil to fry food. Well, then it's just baking it. You're not frying it. If you're using hot air, that's what's known as baking. Because you know what the flame does at the bottom when you have a gas stove, or maybe it's an electric oven? You know what it's heating up? The air. So we got an air fryer. It's called an oven. Done. We did it. Look at that. We got an air fryer. It is much healthier to bake something. You're right, Karen. To bake something, it's much easier. How did they get away with that? I don't understand. They made a fucking easy bake oven and you guys call it an air fryer? How much hotter than the air and the air circulates. Okay, so I'll get a fucking fan. We'll get a box fan and we'll put it in front of the fucking stove. We got an air fryer. Done. It doesn't circulate the air, Karen. Come on. It bakes your donuts. We're going to have baked donuts. That's what we're saying. If we get an air fryer, we're going to have baked donuts, guys. Or we could just bake them now in our oven. I'm right on this. You can look that one up. You never got me. We never found out we got to the bottom of the Samoa thing. Why why did one distributor stop calling it that? It's not an offensive thing. By the way, I'll have everyone know I crossed out the thing because I want it to be Samoa because of my stellar joke of these are so good I want Samoa. Shout out to everybody in the chat. More pounding. Watch the damn infomercials. No, because that doesn't matter. Any infomercial is going to convince you that thing is the most amazing thing. Watch, I don't know, anything else. Hot air cooking stuff is known as baking, not air frying. Or if you just use the hot, like the fire, grilling, not anything else. But yeah, we should get an air fryer. How much are air fryers? Let's see. Let's just see how much they're fucking taking you guys for. Air fryers. $199, $149, $139. Okay, so the lowest one, which by the way, if you're getting a fry, I think this is just a fryer though. I don't think that's an air fryer. No, at Kohl's, you can get one for $84.99, guys. That looks like the cheapest one. And again, if it's a fryer, I don't know if I want the cheapest. $59 at Target. So you can get you get an air fryer for $59. Looks like, or just use your oven. Oh, you can. This is a whole rabbit fryer. That's a weird thing. I don't know why you have a whole rabbit fryer. All right, so if we go to, let's say, the Ninja 4-quart air fryer. My towel guy loved your rant on air fryers. Oh, awesome. Hell yeah. It's baking. Fuck yeah, towel guy. Oh, sorry. If that means you have it loud. Sorry. Heck yeah, guy. $79. Product highlights. 4-quart ceramic coated basket fits 2 pounds of French fry. Again, you're cooking French fry. Just bake them. It's ceramic coated even. That doesn't sound like something you could fry. Ugh, guys. You got had. This is an easy bake oven. This is an adult easy bake oven. You're just using a light bulb to cook your fucking in hot air. Oh, guys. I want to know what the whole rabbit fryer is. Look at this shit. This looks gross. Hold on. Bring this over here. Show you guys. God damn it. Fucking pop-ups, guys. No. There's that X. Look at that. This came up when I put in air fryer. Can you see that? That's a rabbit. Still got all his feet. Nope. Feet are gone. It's got its legs. I don't know what kind of shit you guys are into, Karen, but this isn't cool. Okay? The GDP Cash App must be doing good. Dom's already got a guide just for towels. Did you guys open a spa? Yeah. We got, dude. Do you wash your own towels still, John? What are you, a fucking plebeian? Yeah, I know what a plebeian is. Karen, do you know what a plebeian is? That wasn't in word of the day. Do you know what it is? I know what it is, and it ain't a fucking air fryer, bruh. I don't think I'm gonna get an air fryer. I'm not gonna get one. Dom is probably gonna get me one. We actually got these whole like she got a set of Dutch ovens that she's been using to cook a ton of soup, and I fucking love soup, dude. If I Genuine Pat's back, guys. Casey, look out. Genuine Pat's here to tell you I fucking love soup. And my wife makes the best soup of all time. So if you want to, we're gonna make donuts. If you want to try one, commenter. That's absolutely right, Karen. You nailed it. A plus. She looked it up though, I bet. Premium Ron's pounded off. It says Arby's. Hold on. Arby's fries in an air fryer are great. Are you talking about reheated, or is it Premium Ron's pounding off in the comments? By the way, is it reheated Arby's fries in the air fryer? Because that would be pretty cool to use an air fryer to reheat things, because we don't have a we don't have a microwave. By the way, Karen, you think we should have a air fryer, not a microwave though? We shouldn't get a microwave because I still am totally fine not having a microwave. I'm also totally fine not having an air fryer because we already have one. It's called the oven. So I did not. The word is basic. Yeah, you're right. Whatever. Damn, Karen, why you gotta be a hater? Reheated are or those frozen bags you can buy. Yeah. Have you guys had Checkers fries frozen? You guys have? I know you guys don't have a ton of Checkers up here, but if you get the chance, buy a bag of Checkers fries because you will enjoy them. Don't air fry them, just bake them. All right, so I feel like the only person that could possibly sell me on this, no pressure, would be Premium Ron, because he's saying right now, he's saying a lot of words that are speaking to me. Arby's, delicious. we get it. We're on the same page here. So he obviously has an air fryer. He's used it to make Arby's, whether reheating them or new frozen out of the bag. I feel like, which one did you get? And is it worth it over an oven? Ron, please pound. John's also saying, anyone else mentions an air fryer and Pat is fully on board. Wait, what? No, I don't think so. No, an air fryer is absolutely. I've thought about this about an air fryer for a long time. You don't even have one? That's not fair. Air fryers do make the best reheated or crispy foods. Pounding off in the comment. We got Dom's aunt pounding off live. Nope, I got a Ninja gifted to me. Oh, okay. So yeah, I was looking at the Ninja. It was about $80. That's pretty cool. I will try that. I got a Ninja. It's not for the level of good panini press. Wait, hold on. It's not on the level of their panini press, but they're great. Okay. Anyone but Karen? No, I don't think so. I just feel like Ron knows. He said Arby's. Like, Aaron, you got to use the buzzwords. That's what's going to help. If we're reheating or we're just original heating, we got to know. Air fryer made by Ninja is it is hold on. So it is safe to say that the air fryer is the karate of cooking world. No selling that one, John. No, it is. Yeah, absolutely. This air fryer wears a headband. I think John's absolutely onto something here. The Ninja air fryer totally wears a headband. But yeah, I would try that. I guess. I don't know. But if it was gifted, I'm not like, I wouldn't get it and then be like, bleh, and like throw it out the window. But if we're just gonna go buy one, I don't know. And Karen's sitting here saying how good a air fryer is, and she doesn't even have one. What a plebe. We have a convection oven that does almost the same thing. Right. An oven, guys. What's a convention oven? That's just a little one that you just put in the front, right? 3 Ninja. There it is, Ron. Ron found it. 3 Ninja air fryers. Knuckle up. Love it, Premium Ron. God, I love the pounding. I love that pounding. We got actually a fun little update. We'll check out air fryers. We'll look at air fryers, but I just can't imagine if I'm making donuts. I'm fine with frying them. If we're air frying, I don't want to make healthy donuts, Karen. That's the problem. I think that's where the disconnect is. Karen's sitting here going, "Oh yeah, you want healthy donuts? Get an air fryer." And I'm like, I said I'm going to make donuts so I don't have to go to the store. So I'm lazy and I want donuts. So I'm saying I'm going to make them and fill them with angel cream and buttercream and frost them. We'll glaze them, mirror glaze frosting, right? Oh, we're going to learn everything. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be probably I think the first batch is probably I think I want to start out with just like a regular cinnamon like cake donut, something like that, and then we'll work on to like because I feel like that's going to be a lot more, but it's genuinely even when it comes to food, it's all about adultification.
Adultification.
So I'm excited about to try that when when is dose. Honestly, whenever honestly, if Dom is still watching right now, and I don't know if the towel guy is still there or not. Maybe she's still dealing with. Maybe she's on to the washcloth guy. But we have separate guys. But if she's down to try, I'm down. Whenever she's down to hear me curse a lot, I'm sure, or have some terrible donuts. I want to try them a couple times before we have other people sample them. But soon, I would assume, as soon as Dom is willing to put up with my bullshit, or we can afford enough oil, not air. Whenever you're ready to start making donuts, I'm ready. Let's do it. Your aunt was pounding off in Facebook as well. Aunt Kathy. And she thinks we should get an air fryer too, but not necessary. So that was the thing though. That was where I lost, right? We can try this week. Karen, this week. That's your answer. We'll be throwing donuts out of our window this week. Just come by and catch one. But that's the thing. I'm not here. Air is free, but the air fryer is not. But the air in the oven, we already got all that set up. We have everything set up there. I'll get a little fan. I'll put it in the oven there. You don't even have an oil guy yet? Nah, not yet. We gotta go. But we we have to go to Abu Dhabi, I think, and find again, R.I.P. Abu Dhabi. He's right over there. This is the Abu Dhabi Memorial Caddick, and I appreciate everybody for being here on this day. What else do I have here? Oh, so got that mansuetude. See, that's it. It's not workable because I don't feel a lot of it is gentle. Air frying would be a mansuetude approach at frying something, whereas the barbaric oil frying is just it's so blasé, you know. I will be circling your house on Wednesday and Friday after work. We'll be here. We'll be throwing out donuts. I think, I really don't know which direction to go. I don't know if I were to look up how to make donuts, what donut, like, what, I guess that would be the thing. We'll find out what donut. So if I just type in how to make donuts. Yeah, from scratch, you fucking idiot. All right. So one cup of warm milk. Oh man, we're gonna have to like have degrees, like a special amount of degrees of milk. This is gonna be interesting. So this looks like just regular cake donuts. So this is gonna be like the Intimates donuts that you get, except for without the frosted ones. It looks like. So this is gonna be either the powdered donut or we're gonna do like a sugar glaze. It looks like, but tradish donuts here. I think that's what we're looking at. Mansuetude just sounds dirty to me. Yeah, really, I don't like saying it. Mansuetude sounds like a slur almost. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. Baking is chemistry, yeah. And that's weird because I am more drawn to to not to necessarily chemistry, but more drawn to baking than I am cooking. For some reason, like Dom can give me a recipe with like, you know, it has instructions like this much salt, this much thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and there's a lot more, it's cooking is a lot more malleable. You can work with it a little bit more. There's more to play with. It doesn't always have to be perfect. Whereas baking has to be, this has to be 115 degrees Fahrenheit. It has to be this. It has to like the stuff like that makes me nervous. But if for some reason, less nervous than it does just to put together like a recipe. She gave me a thing for turkey chili, and I thought I thought I was gonna have a breakdown. But it's very easy. It's just how my brain works, and that's why I'm trying to be a better person. But speaking of that, and speaking of also what Dom was talking, what Montag was talking about a little bit earlier about the Cash App, and I appreciate you bringing that up. We have the Cash App, which is the Baby Mermaids production tip jar officially, which all of that money is officially being funneled into official. Yes, I said it again. Baby Mermaid Productions projects. Right now, the current one is the instrument album, in which I have not completed by any means, but I got a little bit of a rough draft of something that I've been working on. I'd like to share it. It's not at all done, but it's just something that I was really happy. I feel like I'm more drawn to the finger piano than the accordion. The accordion's a little bit harder for me to figure out right now because it's a kid's accordion, I thought it would be easier, but it's almost like how Guitar Hero doesn't actually teach you how to play guitar. It just teaches you how to play Guitar Hero. So it's not doesn't translate very well, but I'm trying to get something out of it. Um, John's pounding off. So that was Casey that pounded off about baking being chemistry, which I totally agree. And John's saying that baking is chemistry, then barbecuing is shop class. That is a very astute and very accurate assumption, John. I agree. But this is something that I came up with the little finger piano that I got last week. I think it was last Friday or 2 weeks ago, maybe not too long ago. Love this guy. And it's been a lot of fun. I was fucking around with it actually right before the show. I was playing around with it, and I enjoyed it. So I wanted to record it so I didn't forget it mainly. So that's really what the quality of the recording is. So just to preface it, this is the unofficial first single, very rough draft of From the Instrument album. Basically just two riffs that I kind of came up with that I didn't want to forget. Basically a verse and a chorus kind of. A lot harder to do chords with the finger piano as well. I also got fat thumbs. Right? It does bop. I accurately created a bop, and I think that's very astute of you to realize, Ron Barindro. Premium Ron pounding off. Wonderful. Also, one of the art dicks of GDP. I think I don't know if I actually officially gave you that title, but I feel like I have that in my head. And really, because you're a very artistic man and joins in a lot of the podcasts. I do believe that was like, oh, this is bop. I get it. This is what bopping is. I'm bopping. Look at this. So I did it. I made a bop. Who knew? I did. I made a bop. And I appreciate all the kind words in the chat. It's John saying that this may be the new track I put the baby down to for a nap. Put it on a loop. When I realized what the finger piano could do, like how I put it, the best way I put it was this feels like the instrument that they write music box music to. With. That's more accurate. The accordion I got just kind of sounds like a fucking harmonica. So I feel like either it would be harder for me to get a full size accordion, especially with and I just fucking around with it. Dom has been home a lot of the times I've been home, so I haven't had a lot of time to practice because she did ask me kindly to please practice when she wasn't at home. So I haven't got a ton of work with that. Also, we do have neighbors that I'm trying to think about as well. So, made her ears happy. Thank you so much, Casey. I really appreciate that. And that was the idea. I hate just using loops for beats, and that's why I was so happy that Ron was kind enough to send Premium Ron was kind enough to send me some beats and some stuff or some sounds that he had worked on for a past project that he sent over. So I appreciate that, and I'm hoping to implement that this was just something that I was like kind of just like jamming with, just playing around with. I had one of those riffs already recorded on my phone, and I wanted to get it on the computer and everything and filed. So that way I have some kind of reference so I can build on that and make it longer. Maybe add lyrics, maybe not. Who knows? Probably not. So I've been working on track listings. I've been working on other instruments and everything like that I want to work on. And there's going to be, it's not that each song is going to be only that instrument. It's just featuring that instrument. So maybe the accordion might be a nice little intro that I can try to muster up or something like that. But you know me, I hate to be, I hate to be defeated. And I think it's just the fact that I haven't spent more than like 2 minutes working with it. And, but you know, who knows? I'll have more. And that's what GDP is all about. Not knowing. But I appreciate all the kind words and about the bop. It's gonna be bigger, louder, longer, and even better than before. But the accordion one, there's a little bit of, which honestly just adds to the appeal of the album, because now there's some drama. I'm excited. But I don't know. So if anybody has any other suggestions for instruments that they'd like to suggest, this will also bring me into the conversation I was talking about earlier. Ron was pounding off a little bit about it at the beginning of the show. I did an episode, and we did an extra actually episode this week on Wednesday. We did one with John Montag. That's right, GDP per himself, as pro and art dick of the show. John Montag. Montag said Montague spelled, was on What About with Andy and Pat with me and Andy. And we talked about Brand New's album, Your Favorite Weapon. So that was a that was a lot of fun. We talked about, much like a lot of the other songs, or sorry, albums that we've done. They're ones from our childhood that we that have some connection to one way or another, whether it be just pure nostalgia or how did this actually shape how we were as a kid even. And it's been a lot of fun to do that with Andy, and it's always fun to do it with a guest. We've only had one other guest, which was Jay Simpson, sorry, from Philly, comic, great guy. We talked about the counterpart, essentially, I would say, or maybe the like there's two schools of thought here. There's your Taking Back Sundays and there's your Brand News. That one was with Jason, was the Taking Back Sunday, which I was not very familiar with. And then this one with John Montag was kind of the answer to that, the sequel to that guest episode with Jay, in which we talked about Brand New. And I was more familiar with this one, and that for just the mere fact of Dom being my my wife, and she absolutely, that's her all-time favorite band. So I was more familiar with this album out of the two. Premium Rounds Pound reminds me of Slide by, oh boy, Jeru. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. Joeru, Jeru. But thank you, Ron. I think. I don't know who that is, but I think the nice words. But Ron joins that chat a lot of times. Twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina, not Andy Got Jokes. And he usually joins in for that one. And we do our show usually on Sundays. We did a show again on Sunday where we were following up the Sunday before's episode for Late for Life, an album that I had suggested. A friend of mine, a band that I had made friends with growing up, and had their, I guess, demo, because I couldn't end up finding actually the album anywhere online. But so I actually just uploaded it to Google Drive and shared it with some people in the chat, and that led to his. So we've been bouncing back and forth a lot of ska punk / experimental whatever albums, and we were talking about his suggestion this Sunday, Daly's Gone Wrong, Exit Where You Came In, or something. I can't remember what it was. Watch the episode. We talked about it, but it just reminded me of more nostalgic albums, and we're going to just be in this weird ska loop forever. And he had brought it up, which was funny because during the show, he was talking about we can't just keep doing ska albums. We have to break the cycle somehow. And legitimately, it's hard to talk about a ska album and be inspired to suggest another thing that it made you think of that wasn't a ska album, whether you like them or not, like whether there's something else. So I was like, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm going to say Choking. It reminds me of Choking Victim. This reminds me of Choking Victim. I'm going to suggest Choking Victim. But then somehow we got into a conversation that we had got onto the time before about Dave Grohl. And I have a problem, not with Andy. Andy's a gem. Love the guy. Great guy. Funny, talented. I do genuinely enjoy his taste in music. I do genuinely enjoy doing the show with him. But his thoughts on Dave Grohl are troubling. And I want to put it out to the chat. I want to put it out in the universe. I want to clear up something. And yeah, Casey, you can say it. Genuine Pat's here, right here. I don't even know if he ever left. He might have sat down in this chair at 10:59, and he might not get up until 1:01. Okay, this whole goddamn show may be Genuine Pat, but Andy has some very troubling views when it comes to Dave Grohl. Like in saying he is not one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. Like in saying he's not one of the greatest musicians of all time. Like in saying that Dave Grohl, I'm not a huge Foo Fighter fan. I don't really give a shit about Nirvana. I don't fucking care about Nirvana, and I don't really fucking care about Foo Fighters. I do like some of their songs, but I'm not a diehard. I don't know everything about them. I haven't seen either one of them live, obviously, in one case. But in the other one, well, actually, I guess that's not as obvious. I could have gone as a child if I had, like, depending on how you see it, the best or worst parents. I mean, but guys, I want to know, because maybe I'm just speaking into an echo chamber via Ron, but me and Ron, I joked about it when we were talking. We DM each other. Yeah, we have fun. We have a good time. We talk about things. And I feel like a lot of times me and him are just doing a show called I Agree With Me. I am making great points to me, because we just agree in a lot of cases. But Andy's not even like, I don't need him to say Dave Grohl is the best person in the whole world, or he's the next Mozart or something, but I feel like it's undeniable. It's kind of the way I felt about the New England Patriots in the extended, the entire time of the Tom Brady and Bill Belichick era. You know what I mean? Like the kind of feeling of like, this is, I don't know. it's like saying like, hold on. There we go. Sorry. The phone gave me a thing. The robot's arguing with me. But it's like saying, like, you can say you don't like them. You can say that I don't know, that you don't like the way they say stuff, or I mean, you can comment on like the way they do things, I guess, but like you can't say, like, I guess a lot of times what the best argument for a lot of people is like they're cheaters or do this, whatever. Like, yeah, but also maybe they're just really fucking good. And how can you say like, to say like they're incredible? Or even Tom Brady. Tom Brady sucks. Oh, I think he sucks. You're wrong. I don't think he sucks at all. You just don't like him. You can not like him. That's totally fine. But to say he sucks is, come on. So I feel like when it comes to Dave Grohl doesn't need me to fucking like look out for him. He's got his own thing. He's got a whole entire career all to himself that he can do anything. As of right now, he does not need Foo Fighters or any other established thing. He could start a brand new thing from scratch right now, all by himself, and fucking do something great with it. And it would be interesting. I feel like it would be appealing to my ear. Now, I am a Dave Grohl fan, not necessarily Foo Fighters, not necessarily anything else, but I know that he has a big part in a lot of that music. So if I do like some songs, I kind of just consider them Dave Grohl's work. because I've seen the bass player of Foo Fighters. I've heard what the bass player plays. It's not, there's, yeah, they have like 3 guitar players a lot of times. Of course, you're going to get an excellent sound because you're all professional musicians. You should sound incredible with 3 guitar players all together. That's how I know that he's willing to maybe make less money and have a bigger sound, because you can have less members, have more money to yourself. But that was the thing, is that's what I wanted to say, was I wanted it to be clear. I don't even necessarily say I love Dave Grohl or I think he's the greatest because of his personality, and I feel like that's why he's famous. But he says most people that name Dave Grohl as the best drummer of all time, or one of the greatest drummers of all time, rock drummers, or whatever it may be, he's saying that just because they say that's just for a lack of knowledge of other drummers. And I disagree with that. So I'm putting it to the world, and I'm putting it out there. If you have some, and we will debate this, I'm happy to debate this as long as anybody wants. I got all the time in the world to talk about Dave Grohl. Premier Ron's pounding off. He says, I show up to abuse his make me take a drink of water feature. I like that, because he needs to hydrate. It's very important. Make sure you catch Andy's stream 7 o'clock most nights, but definitely Sundays, because this week we're going to squash it. This week, this Sunday coming up, we're going to get to the bottom of this Dave Grohl thing. And I want as many people. I don't need, look, I'm not even asking you to come pound off if you agree with me. I'm asking you to pound off during the show on Sunday, 7 p.m. We're going to be streaming from Andy's Twitch. Just pound off your feelings about Dave Grohl, because I honestly need to know, is it just me? Am I the only one that likes Dave Grohl, that loves Dave Grohl even? And not just as like a humanitarian or as a fucking personality, as a celebrity, none of those things. As a musician, I'm totally fine being a person who acknowledges that he can be famous and very talented at the same time. It's not just Tom Brady didn't get to where he is just by cheating. Maybe he does cheat. Yeah, maybe he does, but not enough to make him not the greatest. It's not enough of a cheat. He's not like cutting. He's not Nancy Kerrigan anybody. Kerrigan anybody. That's hard. Don't pluralize that. But he's not actually like, he's not on steroids, right? I mean, I would assume they test. I don't know what else, how else you can really cheat after over your whole career and always get away with it. To deflate gate or any of that. Oh, you smashed his phone. So he did it a little bit. Who fucking cares, guys? The Colts weren't going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe they would have. But if that's the only thing you can say that he's not the greatest, what about all those other times? What about ever since then? What about he just beat fucking Drew Brees? Team. I didn't watch the game. I have no idea. I do think it's funny. Dom actually brought this point up that all of the Tampa Bay teams are, or possibly could be featured in their sports finals. The Rays made it to the finals this year. The Lightning obviously made it to the finals last year. Sorry. That's pretty cool. We got John. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh boy, we got tons of pounding here. I got to catch up. John saying here, I'd go as far as to say Dave Grohl is one of the most looked over rock legends. Thank you very much, John. That's a very good point. He is looked over, I feel like, because of his fame. His fame is absolutely gained. I don't think he's famous from his talents, which unfortunately, and that doesn't mean that performing, like his band writes hits and people enjoy those songs. That's obviously like he's recognized, but like people just go, oh, he's the guy that writes for Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters are famous. Nah, he wrote the whole first album himself and performed it all himself. That's what I'm saying. And that's what made Foo Fighters famous. Who knows? He's the Keanu Reeves of 90s rock drummers. That's absolutely right. He's uh ageless. Well, not really. I think there's some pictures of him recently where he looks like a very tired Muppet. Um, but yeah, I totally agree. He's loved. He should be loved. But John also says, that being said, I don't think he's one of the best drummers of all time. That's crazy. It's crazy that people still feel like that. I don't understand that. Dana Carey is the actual best current living drummer. Fight me. I think you meant Dana Carvey, right? From Wayne's World. And yeah, maybe he does know that one fucking little combo that he fucking does, like nice little solo. Everyone cheats in some way in Pro Store. Yeah, it's like the Lance Armstrong thing. He, like, if everybody's already on those drugs and shit anyway, then yeah, he's still the best. Like, just give him a fucking. Oh, Dana Carey. Who's Dana Carey? Danny Carey. Danny Carey. Why does that sound familiar? I gotta see if it's a joke or not. Hold on. Dana Carvey. But I mean, he's an American musician. That's cool. Dana Carey. What does it say? What band? Tool. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. See, now this is the problem though. This is where it always comes down. Is and unfortunately, this is the problem that I think a lot of people aren't willing to. This is an issue where other people aren't willing to do this exact same thing. I don't like Tool at all, but I absolutely acknowledge that they're incredible musicians. They do a great job. They write appealing music, just not for me. I know that's surprising. I feel like every time I say that I'm not a Tool fan somewhere cries. And that's okay because I don't hate Tool fans. I don't hate Tool, and I just have very little. I just don't care. It's not a thing. But as far as he's the best drummer of all time, no. Tool drumming is basically just fills over and over again. Fills played for a bunch of fucking whacked out druggies just out there in the crowd. That's the requirement. You get a ticket to Tool, you got to take a hit of acid, because that's how every Tool experience has been explained to me. You got to see him fucked up. No, you don't. Apparently, some people, real Tool fans, will let me know. No, you don't. But it's just better. Yeah, everything's better on drugs. That's not news. But Tool is not worth it. Don't waste your drugs. Go to the planetarium. It's probably cheaper. Go to the planetarium and listen to anything you want. You can listen to anything you want and see the same fucking light show. And if you just want to hear, not a fan. It's surprisingly one-dimensional, considering how much, like, how prolific they are explained to me. But that's my opinion. But I will never say that they are a bad band. I don't like them. The style of music that they play is not my jam. Don't love it. Wrong, but go on. You're wrong. Actually, we're both wrong. If I'm wrong, we're both wrong. Premium Ron. You know? From the band, hold on. Drew Carey from the band Price is Right. Yeah, that's right, John. Drew Carey, that's what it was, not Tool. It's Price is Right. Price is Right, man. John's also pounding off here. He says Travis Barker, pound for pound, is the best / most versatile drummer alive. Literally can drum in any genre of music. False. He is a drum machine, which is as impressive, I think, as what you're saying, but not necessarily that he can't play. He doesn't play metal. The fuck are you talking about? He's a very great jazz drummer. He cannot play any genre of music. I have absolutely heard Travis Barker play hip hop and punk. A little bit of ska, but I mean, really, come on. What are you doing? We can't be friends anymore. Pat hates math. That's not true. Tool is not math. Dillinger Escape Plan is math. And I don't understand what they're doing, but I do like it a lot more than Tool. I guarantee he can drum metal. No. Yeah, he can drum while metal is playing. Absolutely. But he's not, and pound for pound, there's not a lot of pounds there. He is one of the greatest, sure, but he's not by any means the best. And versatility doesn't necessarily, if you're saying the best drummer of all time, you're never going to solve that debate. But like rock drummer, my argument is solely that Dave Grohl should absolutely be included in the argument as not only one of the greatest musicians of all time, but definitely one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. Studio musician, Weird Al's band can play any genre of music. Not Travis Barker. Think about the breadth and the width and breadth. I wish I could edit this. But imagine the depth of, let's say, Weird Al's music. Sorry, excuse the stroke. But like, and the amount of genres that he's covered, that's a band. His drummer can drum any kind of music. Not Travis Barker. Fuck, you totally got me with the Weird Al argument. Thank you. Sorry, John. I'm sorry to have to bring Weird Al into this, but if we're talking about, and you know what? You know the fucking craziest thing? I just made that argument. I don't fucking know the drummer for Weird Al, but I do know that he has used the same band his entire career. Ron also says it is fair to say Dave Grohl is Meg White 2.0 and Danny Carey is the best. he's trolling. Ron's trolling in the comments. I don't mind it. A pound is a pound. I'll take it either way, whether it's pro or con. You know that. But he also heard us go real hard at Meg White last night. And I do not apologize for one fucking word of it. It is embarrassing that I know Meg White's name. It's a fucking travesty of music that we're talking about how this guy and this guy and this guy are all. I follow lots of lady drummers on Instagram. I don't know why they aren't more famous. There's tons of people that are just like career drummers that work with acts. You know, they may work with Ariana Grande. They might work with other pop people that they need a live band for or something like that. Those are honestly some of the greatest drummers because they are the most versatile for sure. But yeah, I know you are. But yeah, the Meg White is absolutely the fact that has ever been compared. Like I don't give a shit that she has a career. That doesn't hurt me. I don't fucking care. But as far as hearing a professional drummer, the live album in particular bugs the fucking shit out of me because she's so fucking terrible on it. And I'm not saying that she's a bad person. I'm not saying that she should not have done, she should have all of her money and fame taken away. I'm saying that it's fucking crazy that got that far. It's the same way I feel about Jersey Shore. Meg White might as well just be Snooki on the drums. I don't understand why that happened. I honestly can't understand except for the fact that the only theory that I came up with on the when I was talking to Andy was that Jack White must have some kind of fetish, like BDSM thing, where he loves humiliating women. That must be what it is, because either he's like pumping her up, saying like, "You're the best fucking drummer ever. You're great. Fuck those guys. Fuck the haters." But you know what? Like, they're not haters. They're just people with fucking ears. If you don't like the way Meg White drums, it's just because you've heard her drum. That's the only reason. Don't blame yourself. You're not misogynistic. You just have fucking ears. Meg White is trash on drums. I hate the fact that she's known as a drummer. Pat has some very strong opinions here. Sorry, I apologize, Karen. If I don't mean to scare anybody or to to mansplain why Meg White sucks at drums, but just listen to her. Like I said, if we're talking worst drummers, we got your Ringo. Well, again, even Ringo, like he's just not underwhelming. Isn't bad, by the way. Underwhelming isn't bad. Simplistic isn't bad. I'm not saying anything about the Donna's drummer. The Donna's drummer is fucking all those broads are great. Keep it up. I don't know if they're still keeping it up, but Meg White in particular, yuck, bad drumming. Drummer from Weezer is the best drummer that may not actually know how to play drums. Actually, I don't. Surprising. Okay, so I don't know if anybody here has seen Weezer live, right? Fun fact about Weezer: at some point, I think this has happened 2 different times that I've seen them. And so I don't know if it happens every time, but I'm assuming this is a part of the show, kind of. The drummer and the little guy from up front, the lead singer with the glasses, the main glasses guy, goes back into the drums, and then this guy comes out. I think he plays guitar and sings. They cover the song. If I remember correctly, I believe it's Blur, the woohoo, that song. Isn't that cool? So not only do they do like a Lars Ulrich and what's his face, the guy from James Hetfield from Metallica, where they switch instruments and they just kind of jam and play something. They actually play a whole song, a whole cover song. But he actually comes out and plays. And I think his name is Patrick. So shout out to Karen's kid and myself. Premium Ron's pounding off. He says Meg White is a stage prop for Jack. Yeah, she's just like a metronome. But that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Is like if she's just a metronome for him to play guitar to, like she's the shittiest metronome. That's the problem. Is that like even as far as a timekeeper, she's a shit timekeeper. So I don't know. I will never bow down on that. I don't give a fuck. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that argue like, actually, Meg White's actually a pretty good drummer. I'd like to see you try it. I could do it with my eyes closed. You wake me up out of a dead sleep, I could drum 10 times better than Meg White, 10 times out of 10. That's a lot of 10s, but I don't give a fuck. I have very strong opinions. I'm realizing this now, Karen. So you aren't turning on Jersey Shore Family Reunion? No, not at all, Karen. Weezer was my first concert as a kid. Fun fact. Oh, that's cool. Did they do that thing that I was saying? Do you remember? My first concert when I was a kid was Pennywise. With before that, they opened Strung Out, then Pennywise. It was a great show. That was a fucking great show. All those broads. Yeah. Broads is okay. I don't give a fuck. Broads isn't bad, is it? Is Broads a bad thing? There's a show called Broad City, right? I thought Broads is still cool. Broad. And actually, it's BROAD. Karen. Mine was Backstreet Boys. Hell yeah. Wife George pounding off in the comments. Oh, yeah. Right at the end of the show. Had some cabbage soup last night and some vegan cupcakes. I'm blowing it up. Didn't fart on anybody in jiu-jitsu today, unfortunately. Fart Reaper will return another day. But I'm excited that I was able to share my opinions on Dave Grohl. And you know what? Formulate them. I'm really trying to think of it because I was saying that if you consider, and this is not saying who is better or worse. I do have my opinions, but I was definitely trolling a bit during the episode. If you want to catch the actual argument, I believe he's going to feature the episode a little later on in the week on his YouTube channel, Andy Malafarina on YouTube. Check it out there. I basically share a lot of the same opinions I think I do here, and we do go on a lot of the same Meg White tangents. I Googled it. It can be spelled either way. Shut up. Ron also says technically my first was Garth Brooks, but I went with adults as a kid. Weezer was the first concert I chose. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Weezer was the band that chose. But I am just a broad, so what do I know? You know a lot. Broads know a ton, including how to play drums. But the broad in which played drum or who who played drums for the White Stripes? Not so much. That's why he started all those other bands. Jack White's another musician that is again very prolific and does get a ton of recognition, but Dave Grohl is just kind of hailed as a celebrity, not an incredible musician or performer. So I will say I think he's one of the greatest of all time. But we were talking about the greatest of all time, and he kept saying John Bonham. And I said, you know what? I gotta say that is such a weird comparison because my suggestion for next week's album that we're going to be talking about is a Dave Grohl drummed album from 2009, Them Crooked Vultures, which happens to be a band, a super group with members of Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, yeah, that's Dave Grohl, and Led Zeppelin. The bass player from Led Zeppelin, John Paul Jones, is in a band with Josh Homme? Is it Homie or Home? Homme, I think. Homie? From Queens of the Stone Age, the lead singer and guitar player from that, and Dave Grohl on drums. So I said, really, all you can do is find what you think your best album from John Bonham is, and then that one, and just play them back to back, and just tell me, is there a markable difference? Like, is there an actual, like, noticeable difference in how incredible this guy drums and how incredible this guy drums? I really don't know how much of a difference, but if there are a better and worse, if there is a better and worse drummer, Dave Grohl, still a live drummer, still putting out work. So he still, not only does he have the opportunity to still make overall a body of work better than Led Zeppelin, because if you remember correctly, Led Zeppelin had quite a bit of stinkers themselves. Now, I personally like the song All of My Love, but that song sucks. That's a shitty song, especially from Led Zeppelin. And you want to talk about prolific, amazing drummers? Bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare. You know what I mean? So like there's plenty of stinkers. It's not like one guy was putting out nothing but genius work and the other guy's putting out only the worst Foo Fighters songs. There's good and bad. Both sides. Okay. But I'm not saying he's better. I'm saying he should be, much like John Bonham, considered one of the greatest rock drummers of all time. And that is against Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Ween's cover of All of My Love is great. Actually, I will check that out because you were suggesting Ween to me. I believe it was last week. I forgot to check those guys out, but they were on my my Discover Weekly. And that's another band that was always in my peripheral. They're always in there. Always in my, like, I probably have heard a couple Ween songs, definitely in the past, from friends of mine that were fans that probably played them at parties or whatever. So I'll check them out. All of My Love. But it's kind of a guilty pleasure song. I think that song sucks, and I don't think it should be played widely. But I like it. Like I wouldn't want people to hear me listening to it. Essentially, actually, I really don't give a shit about that stuff. But if I did care about that, I wouldn't want people to listen. So thanks for everybody for joining in. If you want to pound off some more about jiu-jitsu or karate, headbands, donuts, air fryers, or anything else Dave Grohl related, make sure that you check out Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram and maybe catch us Wednesday for the show, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be here again. And then also Friday as well. Check out some of the other shows on the YouTube channel, Baby Mermaid Productions. Proper Ebonics, Falls Count Anywhere. You got your hacks. You got your 6 a.m. podcast, as well as past episodes of Gross Domesticated Podcast and GDP Live. Make sure you check those out. And also make sure that you check out all the great work that Ron Barindro does. Make sure you check out Karen doing comedy, John doing comedy, my wife making people laugh and love each other throughout the community that she has harbored such a wonderful nest of wonderful people that are helping out there. So help all the people that you love too. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Gross.